So we need to establish that early diagnosis. We need to screen for our relative energy and our low energy availability. And if we have any of those impacts of poor beliefs or disordered eating, we need to address them. We need to make sure that we get them onto that vitamin D supplementation. We need to teach them about activity modification and load management. Yes, we need to get them stronger, but if we don't address all the intrinsic causes, then unfortunately we won't protect them against injury. So let's just look at how we're going to do that. As I said, we're going to get really good functional tests, some great outcome measures, and build that strength up. We're going to make sure that we understand which of them are high risk and which of them are low risk. In the high risk, we must make sure that we get them scanned and medically managed. So if this athlete has got low energy availability, then we need to address both the concept of them modifying their activity levels, but also getting a sports dietitian involved to make sure that we address those eating disorders. We know that we need to sometimes just increase their calorie intake by around 300 to 600 calories, and that will be enough to start to have an improvement in their bone density. But we'll often give them a target of you can't go back to running until you reach a particular BMI. We need to make sure, as we discussed before, that we get them onto a vitamin D supplementation. And the thing that's hard here is there's no real set definition, and it does vary from athlete to athlete. But invariably, you'll find that you can either do it as a massive dose, such as in this instance here, we've got, we had, I think in that study earlier, 50,000 IU. We may well need to take up to, say, 300,000 IU over a 6-week period where the bone, the vitamin D reading is really, really low. And I personally take around 4,000 IU a day. I tended to give my kids around 2,000 IU a day in the winter just to maintain decent bone health. And you'll see that that correlates with some of the endocrine society stuff that you can see. Because if we rely on what general medical guidelines are, then these are really low. If you look at children, 400 to 600. But yet the endocrine say upper limit of around 2,500. And it may well be that we need to really get up into those doses to make an impact of any of these that are at risk of a bone stress injury. And you can take these prophylactically as well as once you've got that injury.